You don't have to make him happy. If you're just not a good company, if you're a headache, if you're annoying, imagine having the hottest girl on this planet and she's just such a headache. You can't even talk to her. Like, what's her 23-year-old value? You just want her to get out.
Yeah, guys don't think like that. Seriously, they don't think like that. Honestly, I mean, especially if you've gone through the last 10 years. Well, from like say 26 to 36, you've gone through all that, and women don't want to have the. You were just saying, you met some chick from high school or whatever, and she was saying suddenly she's interested in you now. Yeah, of course she is, because her value has depreciated, and she her incentives and her priorities have shifted dramatically, because according to her, her necessity. She's a necessitous woman, and the closer women get to 30, 40 years old, it changes those priorities. And now the guy she didn't want to give the time of day to when she was 22, suddenly she's oh, hey, how you doing? What's going on with you?
One thing I learned from Myron from Fresh and Fit is that there's the difference between probable and possible. He taught me this. Probabilities is what you're speaking about. Look, I'm just going to come out and fucking say it. Men, if they take care of themselves, tend to do better as they get older.
We have a slower burn sexual value.
Women, as they get older, are less desirable.
Yes, because it's different criteria.
Full stop. Men pursue beauty. Women pursue status or prosperity. And that's really what it is. Would you date a very, very, very successful guy and you liked his personality, but physically he wasn't exactly all you wanted, but financially and lifestyle?
How old I am in that story.
Right now, you're 31. You meet a 45-year-old guy. Lifestyle's great, financially is great, but sexually you're not.
I've been there. Like, okay. I had experiences where
Would you rather date a hot ass dude who's broke as shit though? Those are your two options.
I don't think I could ever be with somebody who's broke as shit, because that's just not the mentality.
So you'll take the wealthier guy of the two.
I saw you ask the other girl that question.
I'm just saying, but you can't just.
She'll hold out and wait for the right guy.
The point is that guy will always take the hotter chick.
Which is what all women are doing right now, is they're holding out and waiting for the right guy. It's a combination of those two.
I have to say, I know that women are not giving enough credit to men, in a sense. Like, men are very physical. Like, you just want her to look pretty, and you want her to be
fertile.
Okay.
Young.
I think women think that men are much deeper. I mean, I'm not saying men are not deep. But I have a lot of guy friends because of my boyfriend, and like we all like chat about my topics, and like they give me a lot of ideas. And
I think your topics are great, by the way.
Thank you. And they're telling me, like, this coffee walk date, if you would do that, it's because you want to see if she is hot enough. That's it. That's the only thing.
Or worthy of a nice date, like our buddy said.
If she looks like her picture. And that's
also true. Well, you said admittedly Facetune. I'm just finding out what that is.
Yeah,
I gotta start doing that.
That's why all the girls look exactly the same on Instagram.
Oh God, Tyler, you got something, and let's get into the final round.
Yeah, a couple things. Make sure call in 747-260-8461 and $100 super chat from Sam Bada. Congratulations, #1 best-selling author Rollo Tomassi on book 5, The Rational Male.
Is it?
Get the Kindle today, review it, get the paperback tomorrow. Big congratulations to Rollo from Sam.
Wow,
Bada.
Sam. I mean, do you know who that is?
Yes, I do.
All right, good for him.
Sam is the voice of my Audible on my first 3 books.
Respect to him. We're gonna pull up some. This is more of a rapid fire round. We could spend some time on it if you have strong feelings, but there's a lot of celebrities and dating. Things in the news these days, famous relationships that are in the news, and nothing is more in the news right now than Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Are you familiar with this situation? What's going on? Johnny Depp, one of the best actors of our time, has been fucking on the stands testifying as to what is happening with his girl Amber Heard. So basically, Johnny Depp is worth $150 million. Amber Heard, $8 million apparently. So he filed a $50 million defamation suit against Amber, who, because of an op-ed that she wrote in 2018, she didn't name his name, but she said that she was dealing with some sort of domestic, spousal, physical abuse. She didn't name him, though. He's denying this. She has then, countersued for $100 million, saying that there's lies going on. So this is Hollywood meets sex, drugs, rock and roll, meets money, meets drama, meets live court TV. Are you following the story at all?
A bit.
What's your initial take on this?
I followed it from the initial divorce settlement. Now, and of course now they've got they can't let it go, right? There has to be more infighting about the whole thing. Just don't look up #Amber Turd. Okay, please don't do that. I told you don't do that.
I'll definitely do that.
Yeah. And now everybody's saying
that is such a girl. I will definitely do that
because
just pull up Amber Heard though.
Well, Amber Heard is.
Do you know what she looks like?
She is a piece of work, man.
Okay.
And I know she has ties with Elon Musk and was there
she
who else?
dated Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I thought she was pregnant with his baby.
No.
Left picture.
But she is, let's just say, a piece of work. Okay, and that's
how
actually
old is
a
she?
really good. She's in her. Is she 40 yet? Is she
No,
late 30s?
no way. I'm guessing 34. I'm guessing.
I don't know. They actually. Well, I mean,
I would say that he's probably 56.
he's got to be in his mid 50s.
Get us some ages here. Tyler.
Born in 86 makes her 35.
35.
What did I say, 34?
April
Okay.
22nd, 1986.
Well, it's her
Gotcha.
birthday almost.
Happy birthday. She might win or lose $50 million.
But I think that this
put
is,
yourself in Johnny Depp's shoes. Like what?
All right, well, Johnny's kind of beta. I hate to say it, but like he's you don't want to say that about a guy who's got $150 million, and he's definitely women want to get with him because he's very good looking. But like that is characteristically the fact that he would be dealing with the head case that is Amber Heard for as long as he has. Leads me to believe that he doesn't know he's Johnny Depp. Okay, like he could go and get a
You're Johnny
better,
freaking Depp.
You're
What
Johnny
are you doing,
Depp,
bro?
Johnny. You don't have to be with Amber
I agree.
Heard. And so when I was watching the divorce case, there was times where she was like videotaping him like on a cell phone or something, where when they were having fights because she wanted to have, of course, she was already pre-planning it. When women are going to divorce you, they've already divorced you 8 months before you filed papers. Okay, so
Really?
it's just a formality at that point. Yeah. And I think what she was doing was she was preempting all of this and trying to have enough material to work with once she got into the divorce settlement. But at one point during the fights that they were having, she said, and this turned into a meme, is that no one will believe you, Johnny. You're a man. That's what she said. That right there leads me to believe that she knows the game that she's already playing. Yep. She's a head case. And when I listen,
seems very calculated,
very calculating, very predatory. I would almost say that she has borderline personality disorder. I don't know that I'm not a clinical psychologist, and nor do I play one on the internet. However, if I was to say so, that's certainly what knowing her history with Elon Musk and the rest of her.
But why are they suing each other? So they got a divorce, and then what?
Defamation of character. She basically said or alluded to the fact that there was domestic abuse,
and
or
she
something
wrote
happened.
something about it.
But she never said his name. But the Me Too movement, undercurrents swept him up.
Everybody knows
he's a drunk abuser. Everyone knows who she was talking about. He got cut off from. He got canceled. Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't think he's doing movies right now. I don't know. He's basically defending himself, reluctantly. So, Does Johnny Depp like to party? You bet he does. Does he like to drink? I'm sure he does. Does he beat his woman? I'm under the assumption he does not do that at all. But she's kind of alluding to that, and now he's having to defend himself.
She literally shit on his bed.
Like actually?
That's why it's Amber Turd, right? Yes, literally. So
you went there.
So when I had to, I'm sorry, because that's how batshit crazy.
When did she do that?
It came out in this.
No, but like recently.
They haven't been together for 5 years.
Her 30th birthday, he broke up with her, so she shit in his bed.
Oh, she's psycho.
So yeah, I guess the question is who's crazier?
Personality disorder. Yeah, exactly. Two crazy people get together.
I think it's a tie.
It's just a toxic situation.
It's a toxic situation.
If she slid into your DM, right, and she's like,
"How do I get my man
Coco,
back?
My man, he's doing all this." And she's
just,
obviously only going to tell her side of the situation.
Yeah.
He's hitting me. He's being mean. He's getting drunk. He's saying nasty things. Yeah,
why are you there? Why are you?
What
still
would you
there?
say to her?
Why are you still there? Why are you
because
letting
he's Johnny Depp and he's worth $150 million.
Then it's either you see your situation. If you don't like the situation you're in, either do something about it and change and like go live your life, or be there and be miserable. That's the only two options. Either leave or stay, and then live with the consequences.
So it's just really an unfortunate situation that's happening right there. I feel like it's almost like he forgot he's fucking Johnny
He
Depp.
did.
Exactly.
Why,
Yeah.
dude? You could be with any girl. Why are you putting up with this?
He's whack.
And
But,
any time that you have to defend yourself, like he's basically saying,
She sliced
I
his
didn't
finger?
hit her. She hit me. And you have to be like, no. Like, I promise. You're already losing the battle,
Well,
bro.
she's not wrong. He's a man, and no one will believe him.
You're already losing the battle.
Wait, she cut his finger off?
Yeah, she sliced his finger off with like a bottle.
She threw a bottle at it. It's just a crazy situation. I actually, I don't know if you're on Team Amber or Team Johnny. I'm on Team Johnny. I feel bad
I'm on
for the guy.
team sanity.
I'm
I'm
I
on
feel
team
bad for the
rational
dude.
thinking. Yes.
I'm on team when you get into a toxic situation, either get help or leave the toxic situation.
Okay. Well, speaking of our next toxic situation, are you familiar with what's going on with Will Smith and Jada Smith?
A little bit, yes.
Is that something that
Slightly.
you've feard anything about in the
I've seen
last
some
couple
slaps
of
I
going
few
think
weeks?
I'm on video.
So
4 now.
apparently now there are rumors that they could potentially be facing one of the ugliest divorces in showbiz history. You know how we said Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are debating over 150 million or whatever the number is? Triple that for Will Smith. They're worth close to 350 million bucks. And Jada would be entitled to half of that under California state law. Put yourself in Jada's shoes, Coco.
Yes.
How are you processing all
if not
this?
her hairstyle.
I'm not so familiar with everything that's going on. However, I know they had an open relationship, right? And they were very public about it, which from the get-go is like, that's, for me, that's just not normal. And I feel like when you have a toxic relationship, an open relationship is going to lead to a toxic relationship. And it's just like a vicious circle that never ends. So they got themselves into this toxic situation. And then it was so public. There was an interview. There was this, that. It's like, it just doesn't make sense to me to be in a relationship like that. Both of people are really, or obviously miserable. And then the Oscars, he said whatever, what's his name? Chris Rock said a joke. He laughed at it. Then she gave him the dirty look or something.
The stink eye.
Stank eye.
And then he went to slap him because he's, I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong, Will or Jada. I mean, I don't know them. I don't know their relationship. So I can't be team this or team that.
They're
but
both wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They're both like, just break up.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting.
Your recommendation is just cut it off, guys.
They should have done that.
They
like,
should have done
decades
that.
ago.
Yeah, like
Really?
you're not giving a good example to your kids. You're staying together for the family. What kind of family did you create?
Their kids are very talented, by the way. Their kids are very
They're
talented.
confused, is what they are.
They're talented because of their family, who they are. But they like you're not giving them good values.
But they're correct. They should have probably broken up years ago. But now we're talking about today.
Yeah.
And their kids are grown.
This is not unexpected. I have done 4 episodes on my channel about this, going back to the original one where Will was on the Red Table Talk with Jada, and she was discussing the entanglement she had
Was
with
that the
August
most
Alsina.
emasculating thing you've ever
It was the most
seen?
asinine catharsis that was really about her. It wasn't about him, and he was just sitting there kind of like nodding his head like a good puppy dog because he wanted to like sort of clear the air because everybody was talking about this. And they didn't have until recently. They did not have an open relationship. That was a source of cheating. It was essentially what that was. She got with August Alsina, who was I think in his mid 20s, I think at the time, and she was
like
in
a
her
friend of the
40s.
son.
Yeah, a friend of the son. And she is just, if you look at the pictures side by side of her when she was with August, and then like most of the pictures of her with Will, there is a qualifiable difference between those two, where she's just all smiles with him. Remember, she was also what I call alpha widowed by Tupac Shakur, and so there was no going back to that. And she's still, in her journal, she was still writing notes to him, talking to, long after he's gone, like, trying to sort of have these sort of, spiritual talks with the guy. And then, so you look at that and you look at it's just this perfect storm. And then on top of that, you've got Will Smith, who will not break up with her. He won't do. I mean, he has said to
Why
Oprah,
not?
Why?
there's
Yeah, why?
nothing that she could do that I would ever make me want to do that, because he's very codependent, first of all, and then second of all, he's very beta male. Like, he's simply not going to do it because he doesn't want to be the one to break up. If there's going to be a divorce, it's definitely be Jada.
She
that's going
definitely
to
seems to be
initiate
the
it.
alpha in that relationship.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not even so much that, it's that she has this really super empowered, super entitled attitude about
100%.
about everything.
and then he gets out and does this.
Yes, and he there's also some video.
Boom.
Why would he do this?
That was for he said that was for a role or for something. So you can't really just you can't just use that. But he goes from being in shape to being not in shape, whatever it is.
The problem
It's
that
not
I have,
it's
bro,
not
is
that,
this
though.
is
It's the
fucking
attitude.
Will Smith.
It's the mental.
You're
I know.
the man,
I want
bro.
him to win. I want him so much to be like
Independence Day, bro. Men in Black.
exactly.
Bad boys for life. What are we doing, Will?
But he's very blue pill, very beta, and just simply will sit there and essentially be a cuckold. Is
But
what he's
why?
been.
Why is there any
Is
reason
Hollywood
why?
coming to these guys and demasculate
I
these
think
men?
it's so what I've heard about them, that they're really deep into Scientology, which I don't know
That's
nothing
another
about.
rumor. Yeah.
I don't know anything about that, but why would any self-respected human being continue being with, like,
So you're thinking that that Will should break up with Jada?
I mean, I guess.
And by the way, that's going to cost him at least $150 million.
But you know what? You already have so many millions. Like, why? It's okay. I'll tell you
I
something.
don't know.
I think when you're with somebody and you're just so miserable that you wake up crying and you go to sleep crying, there's no amount of money that's going to make you stay there.
Nothing's going to losing the money, making the money is not going to convert him or just change his mindset at this point. We had this conversation on the last time I was on here. Remember we were talking about Jeff Bezos and when he broke up with Mackenzie Bezos, if not the most expensive divorce in history.
Yeah, she's a top 20 richest person in the world now.
$33 billion in that settlement there. What does Jeff Bezos do immediately after that? Gets with Lauren Dirty Sanchez, and who has a history of being a predatory woman. And if you look at her Instagram, you see what she's all about. You can see he's just happy as he can be. Now he could have a new chick every weekend if he wanted to do that, but he doesn't do that because he has all them. He doesn't care about the money, $33 billion, and still if not the richest man on planet Earth, in spite of that. So money doesn't cure beta. Money doesn't cure this mentality like, oh, I just want to get with this girl. Like, she's like 49 years old. He could be with a young chippy if he wanted to be, but he's not, because that's where his headspace is at. And she knows that too.
Predator.
She fulfills his ideal.
What
She
does she
plays the
do?
role that he expects.
She used to be, I think, married to Tony Gonzalez.
She's done this with athletes.
Yeah.
She has done this with. I mean, she has a history.
She
of
a
this.
predator.
She got the jackpot with Bezos.
Jeff Bezos is the second richest person in the world. Number one
Elon.
is Elon Musk. Let's shift
Another
gears to
guy
Elon Musk.
who is also very big.
So he's got two kids, but the differences between what that Elon did with specifically Amber Heard and this new girl Grimes, or the new ex-girl Grimes that Johnny Depp didn't do, or even Will Smith and Jada didn't do, he didn't marry her. He had kids with her. So he has two kids with this
he just breeds.
alien-looking girl. He just breeds. Correct. I agree with you. So he's the richest man in the world. She claims that the richest man in the world is living in poverty. So Grimes says that Elon lives under the poverty line. Currently, he sold all his stuff. He sold his house in California, and he's living in a 400 square foot home that's worth, I think, $50,000. And she claims he won't even buy a new mattress. He's just like frugal as hell.
But why does she care?
Well, here, let me read you a quote. So he's saying he doesn't own a home.
She wants a
home
lifestyle.
Yacht.
She didn't get the lifestyle.
Yeah. She's got zero lifestyle by the richest man in the world.
Separated.
She says in response to how much money he has and what he doesn't spend, he says, for sure, it would be very problematic if I was consuming billions of dollars a year in personal consumption. But that's just not the case. In fact, I don't even own a home right now. I'm literally staying at a friend's place, crashing at friends' places. When I go to California where the Tesla engineering base is, I stay in friends' spare bedrooms. We're talking about the richest man in the world, crashing on extra people's bedrooms, if not couches. He says, I don't have a yacht. I don't really take vacations. So I'm not going through my personal consumption. That's not that very high. Because the one exception is I do own a plane, in addition to fucking a bunch of rockets. But if I don't use the plane, then I have less hours to work. So now,
Yes.
Grimes, who is transforming from what I could tell into a literal alien. I don't know if you want to pull up her picture. She's now dating Chelsea Manning, who is a trans.
I didn't know that.
Transsexual. Is it? What's the word? I can't even want to butcher the
Chelsea
word.
Manning got like.
What's a trans? Just trans.
She's trans.
She's trans.
He, she,
and she's a leaker, like a.
Yeah, she was on WikiLeaks or
exactly.
It was on whatever she.
Whatever the trans thing is, she's
Transformed
famous
as a taxpayer dollar,
for leaking classified information. She says this is Grimes's response.
She should just get with Miley Cyrus.
She says, talking of there she is, talking about Elon. She refers to him as bro. She goes, bro wouldn't even buy a new mattress.
She says bro to her ex.
Multiply. She said she suggested that he replace his mattress because there was a hole in it. She says bro does not live like a billionaire. Bro lives below the poverty line, to the point where like we cannot even live in this insecure $40,000 house where the neighbors basically are filming us